Well, alrighty, fellas. We got a timer on screen, bottom left corner, set for 1 hour, okay? What I'm going to do, I'm going to go and pop an expert lure. I'm going to keep track of how many expert lures I use. It should be like 5 to 6, I think. We'll see. Starting at 656, okay? Write that number down, chat. 656 lures is what I'm starting with. We'll go ahead and pop that. I'm going to see how many leftovers we can get per hour thief farming Munchlax. I don't think this will be that good of a money-making method, okay? I'm going to be honest. But why it's a decent method in general to test is because I'm mostly just here to hunt Moltres. I'm mostly here to hunt Moltres and also Shiny Hunt Execute and also Shiny Hunt Munchlax, kind of. It's a 5% chance. So Munchlax here in Berry Forest has a 5% chance to be encountered if you're popping lures, which is really important. And then it has, I would say, I don't think I know. I think it's a 5% chance to have leftovers. I could be wrong, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to just do our encounters, run into as many Munchlax within 1 hour as possible, and then we're just going to thief them all and see. I'm going to have to take the smoke ball off because you have to have the inventory. It's important to have a thief Pokemon with Swarm. It's going to be good for me. And then I'm going to have you have to have no item on it to actually be able to thief the item. So keep that in mind. And we're only going to be seeing a couple Munchlaxes at all throughout the hour. So we'll just thief everyone. It shouldn't take too much time. The cool thing about this method is it doesn't suck up too much time. You just throw up a thief every 5 out of 100 encounters, and then hopefully you make some Pokeyen. Leftovers are pretty cheap right now, but even if, you know what, if you can make an extra, even if we get 3 leftovers or even like 2 leftovers, make an extra 40, 60k an hour for pretty much free. Like, it doesn't cost you really any time. I'd say it's pretty darn solid. But with the explanation out of the way, I think I'm ready to go ahead and start. So I'm going to start the timer. Let's go, fellas. Good luck. Good luck. Let's see how RNG treats us today. Do you have Damp for Munchlax Metronome moves? So usually I would lead with my Kricketune, but right now, so I have Taunt, because you can Taunt Metronome, but during this, what's it called? During this, I'm going to be using the Spoder so I can Thief, so I actually don't have access to Damp, but Damp is not enough, because it's not that. The scary thing with Shiny Munchlax, if you were to really rarely odds of getting it, is that it can metronome into self-KOing moves. Things like Explosion, things like... but that's not it. Self-Destruct, but like, it's not just those moves. Damp, you could still absolutely lose a Shiny Munchlax with that. Damp is not enough. You have to watch out for Final Gambit, Memento. There's tons of moves that KO Pokemon. Like, Damp is not what you need. You need Taunt. Or, and like, if you're doing this strategy... And like, the odds of you getting a Shiny Munchlax are so astronomical. But if you're doing this strategy, you kind of just have to commit to the fact of like, okay, if I find a Shiny Munchlax, I'm just going to Master Ball it. Like, Shiny Munchlax is actually one of the few shinies where it's like you might have to just Master Ball it if you're not prepared, similar to Albert or something like that without Arena Trap or whatever, right? So that's kind of, if I'm doing this thiefing leftover strategy, I'm just admitting to the fact that if I happen to run into one, astronomical odds, keep in mind, I'll just Master Ball it. It is totally worth a Master Ball. I agree, Mist. All right, here's our first Munchlax. And I'm going to go ahead and go for the Thief, and then just go for the Strength on the Venonat to kill it. We're in a double battle, which is kind of funny. I could have gone for like a Spore on the Munchlax. I could try to catch it after the Thief if it doesn't kill. Let's see the Thief. Any item? Doesn't look like it. No item on the first Munchlax. Ugh, no money per hour. Well, with 10 seconds left, this surely turned into a banger video. Can you guys guess? Take your guesses, guys. How many leftovers do you think I got within that 1 hour of thiefing? I probably found like, I want to say 8 to 10 Munchlaxes. 8 to 12 maybe. I should have kept better track. Unfortunately, I did not. Guess how many leftovers I got? A great moneymaker. Who in chat guessed 0? Because yes, that is how many I got. 0 leftovers, making this loot from 1 hour officially the first money-making method to ever earn me 0 Pokeyen per hour. And even if I were to get a leftover, it would be 20k. So, I mean, this goes to show I'm usually against money-making methods like this. If you're just here to make money, don't do this. If you're here to hunt Moltres and like go for Shiny Execute and like be in Kanto, whatever, you know, if you're hunting for a legendary bird that month or whatever, you want to be here. If you want to thief Munchlax, there's a good argument for like it's not even worth the time or like worry to remember to thief Munchlax for the possible 10k per hour you earn. It's just, yeah, thieving items like this is almost never good. It's almost never worth it. It's kind of like I always talk about like Toxic Orb is the example I go to. Frisk Thief in Hordes is good, but things like thieving single encounters from like life orbs from Absols or toxic orbs from Muck, it's a very common newer player thing to look at the GTL and oh, toxic orb, 75k a piece? That's really good for that. For that. Wait a minute. How do toxic orbs come to the game? Oh, they come into the game through Muck. Wait, Muck? That's a semi-common Pokemon. Oh, okay, it's a rare Pokemon. So theoretically, I could just go thief Mucks and get a 75k item. Oh, I bet that money-making method is insane. And then you go and you realize you only see around 10 Mucks an hour, and it's a 5% chance or so, I believe. I could be wrong on that. 5% chance or so for it to even have an item, let alone a toxic orb, I believe. Or what's the toxic orb? Let's say it's 5% chance to have a toxic. Let's just go with that math. We don't really know, but let's say you see 10 Mucks per hour, and it's 5%. Let's just do the 5% of 100. It's 20, right? Divided by 5. So you would need to see 20 Mucks before seeing one toxic orb on average. Let's say you see 10 Mucks per hour. So you see one toxic orb every 2 hours on average, right? So the way you would break down your profit per hour, 37k. Pitiful. It's the same thing with life orbs, like usually single encountering for mons like this and trying to thief single encounter things for profit. You're only ever doing this if it's like an etc. task on top of another one, similar to how I'm hunting legendary birds here. Once again, I don't really think this is worth it. Like me personally, I'm honestly just going to switch back to my Cricketune. I'd rather have the weird chance of me in a million odds getting a shiny Munchlax and being able to taunt that and safely catch that versus gaining 10k Pokeyen per hour. That's where I'm at, but do whatever you want to do. This was certainly an interesting loop for 1 hour test. I'm sure that this video might even get posted like as an extra video, like 2 videos in a day, because I don't want to waste you guys' time with that lack of value. So hopefully it was fun and good to test things. You got to test things to understand whether they're good or not at all. So it's always good to test. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno.
Thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and I hope it was a positive asset to your day. The same way everybody listed here is a positive asset to my day, going above and beyond and allowing me to make content every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and have a good one.